Guys, you won't believe it, but TommyInnit got revived on the Dream SMP. Yep, my last video was all about how TommyInnit died and he lost his last canon life, but he's back now. He was revived by Dream, and now we know a lot about the lore, maybe what's gonna happen in the future, and more information for what happened to Wilbur and Schlatt. This is gonna be a big video today, so if you enjoy, make sure to subscribe, and also if you have any theories about the Dream SMP and the lore, leave them in the comments. With that being said, enjoy the video, guys. So what even happened? Well, if you don't know, basically TommyInnit got stuck with Dream in the prison because some TNT went off, and awesamdude didn't want to let TommyInnit out as there was a security issue. Then a week later, awesamdude didn't want to let out Tommy, so Tommy had to stay in the cell for a bit longer. And when that happened, Dream and TommyInnit kept arguing and stuff, and by the end of the stream, TommyInnit was canonically dead and lost his last life. And yesterday, TommyInnit streamed and he got revived by Dream, but he also talked to Wilbur, which I'm going to be talking in more detail about in a second, and he also talked to Dream in the cell. So when he got revived by Dream, Dream started asking him a lot of questions about what's death like and how did it feel, and he was clearly very excited that he can revive people and now it's proven. But TommyInnit didn't like that, and he got very mad at Dream for 1, killing him, as you would, and 2, getting him to experience what he had to experience, which is death and the afterlife. And in that afterlife, he actually spoke to Wilbur. It was quite clear that Wilbur told Tommy about things that he wants to do in the Dream SMP when he comes back, and TommyInnit clearly didn't like it. And he told Dream to never revive Wilbur, which then, because he said that, Dream is obviously going to go against what Tommy wants, so now we basically know that Wilbur's going to get revived at one point, as Dream also said that he's going to revive him. And then out of nowhere, the stream ended. Now I'm quite interested if foolishG has anything to do with this situation, as he is a totem of undying, and in a previous video I've gone into the lore and the theories behind foolishG, and the main theory is that he can revive people, and maybe that he's even the person who wrote the resurrection book that Schlatt gave to Dream. Now the main reason why I'm bringing up foolishG is because throughout the stream, TommyInnit pressed tab multiple times, and you could see that on the server at the time, the only people that were on was Dream, TommyInnit, and foolishG. Now this could be a pure coincidence, as foolishG just spends a lot of time on the server anyway, but we don't know that. Maybe foolishG has to be on the server or do something for Dream to revive someone. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that, but it could be the case. Also, one thing that I didn't discuss in the foolishG video is that he actually brought back to life some dead horses who are now skeleton horses, which at least proves that he can revive mobs. So maybe he can't revive people, but he might be able to revive mobs. Anyway, we're kind of going off topic now, so let's go back into TommyInnit getting revived. Why was he revived? Dream could have just left him dead and it would have been easier for him. Well, Dream wanted to prove the point that he has the revival book and has the ability to revive people. That way, TommyInnit is now scared of Dream, as he is just overpowered. Also, I feel like to escape the prison, Dream will need Tommy to either convince everyone outside the prison that Dream is good and that he should be let out, or some other way to get Dream out of prison. Also, Dream is now basically in control of TommyInnit because TommyInnit literally owes him his life. And also, hate to break the immersion, but he kind of had to be revived because he is the main character, and that's basically what made it inevitable that he's gonna get revived. Also on screen there's a comment that I actually received on the foolishG video, and this guy basically predicted what's gonna happen. He predicted that Tommy is gonna get revived, and that's because Dream wanted to prove that he has the book, and that is part of his plan to do all of this. Also, he talks about how Dream actually said like, why don't you go meet him or something like that. I don't remember the actual quote, but he said something along the lines of, why don't you just go see Schlatt then, as Schlatt is dead, in like a sort of calm way. Like, he's about to kill him, but he kind of says it in a calm way, almost knowing that he's gonna revive him soon after.
Okay. All right.
Why don't you go see him?
No, stop it.
Also, us as the audience kind of had to know if the book actually exists, because before that, we could have been very skeptical of the fact that it probably doesn't exist. But now we know that it does exist, and that Dream has the power to revive people, unless he somehow made it seem to Tommy that he does, but he actually doesn't. But I don't think that's the case. But hey, with the Dream SMP, you will never know what's going to happen in the future, so it could possibly be the case. Now, earlier in the video, I promised I'm going to be talking about what Tommy was talking talking about with Wilbur when he was in the afterlife, so that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So we know one thing for certain, and that is that Wilbur said that he's going to do something horrible or something that TommyInnit just doesn't want to happen when he comes back to life. And we know this because TommyInnit told Dream to never bring back Wilbur because he said all these horrible things that he wants to do. And as I said before, Dream is just going to go against it and he's going to bring back Wilbur at some point. Also, on the start of the stream when Wilbur was talking to Tommy, Wilbur said that Schlatter's asleep and stuff. So I guess that shows that he's like drunk, I guess you can say, and he still does drugs and stuff in the afterlife, which is kind of weird. Which then he also talks about with Dream how apparently there's more drugs than just alcohol. So maybe that shows that people don't change even though they die. Although that may be a bit too deep for this channel, so let's stay away from that. Another thing that we were told is that time actually goes faster in the afterlife than time in the Dream SMP. So the time that Dream spent in the cell, which was apparently only 2 days, which it was for us as well, for TommyInnit in the afterlife was 2 months, which might suggest that maybe Wilbur, when he comes back, will be just smarter and maybe more evil than before because he had more time to think about stuff and maybe find out stuff as well, assuming that he was observing everything. Maybe Wilbur knows exactly what's going on with the egg because he's a spectator. And maybe he knows that Dream will escape very soon, and even more maybe, he might be a part of it. So let's talk about Dream escaping the prison now. Will he escape the prison? Yes, I've said this like 3 times on my channel before. He's gonna escape, it's inevitable. There's no way that the story's gonna progress if Dream is in the prison the entire time, especially with the egg and the rivalry between Tommy and Dream. He's gonna have to escape at one point. And as I said a second ago, Wilbur could have a big part in that. And I think what's going to happen is that Dream will revive Wilbur, and that will cause Wilbur to want to help Dream because he revived him. And the same thing would apply as to Tommy, how Wilbur would literally owe his life to Dream, so he would basically have to do everything that Dream tells him to do, and that way, in some way, he will be a part of Dream escaping the prison. Also, as I said in my previous videos, Technoblade and the Syndicate, which is Technoblade's group, will also have a big part in breaking out Dream from the prison. So maybe Wilbur and the Syndicate could work together to break Dream out. So what will happen next? Let's talk about that in a second. But first I want to talk about the theories that you guys gave me. So here they go. The first theory comes from Gleam and he says, oh my god, I think because only Dream knows how to revive people, Foolish would only revive Dream or Tubbo since both of them have a lot to offer him like nukes and power. And yeah, I think that's a very probable theory because there's not really a reason for Foolish to revive anyone else rather than maybe Captain Puffy or someone like that. So yeah, that's a good theory. The next theory comes from Juan, and he says, I think that Dream will make a deal with awesamdude to get out at the cost of Dream reviving Tommy. Now, I know this is kind of late because obviously Dream already revived Tommy, but I think now that he actually revived him, maybe awesamdude will want to let out Dream as well, as he's actually done some good. So yeah, that's also a good theory. By the way, if you want to have your theory up on screen next video, then just comment it down below because I want to do more of these like community theory kind of things. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen next and the theories I have. Number 1, literally next stream I would assume, which is most likely going to be tomorrow, Tommy will escape or just get out legally. He's going to get out of the prison. It's basically inevitable, but he's going to get out of prison, whether that's escaping with Dream or awesamdude letting him out. 2, Dream will escape. Obviously he's not going to get out legally because he's technically stuck there for life, but he's going to get out somehow. So he's going to escape most likely. Or maybe people will want to forgive him or something and then he'll just get out. But basically what I'm saying is he's gonna get out. Then Wilbur will be revived, or even before Dream escapes, Wilbur will be revived, and I think he's gonna start doing the bad things that TommyInnit was talking about. And lastly, this is just like a theory I guess you can say, but I think that foolishG is gonna get involved with the law a lot more than he's involved right now. So those were my theories. Also make sure you're subscribed and click on this video on screen right now. You're probably gonna find it very interesting. With that being said, bye.